Whoa.
Montrezl Harrell said the Clippers didn't even want him. John Wall reportedly wants out of the nation's capital, and we have Hit Boy joining us later, but we start with last night's Monday Night Football game. It was the Rams beating Tom Brady with some interceptions that we will discuss, and the Bucs last night. What do you think about Jared Goff?
I think he looked every bit of what you want Tom Brady to actually look like, David Jacoby. How about that? He was picking apart the Tampa Bay Bucs. And the thing about it is Cup and Woods constantly seemed to be open. And he found ways to make sure he delivered the football. And they constantly moved the ball up and down the field against that Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. That is something that we didn't necessarily anticipate early in the year when we were talking about how the Bucs were flying off the ball, they were making plays, they were putting pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. That didn't happen last night. And I know it's the holiday season, and you're going to see a lot of people like you choosing to go to Jared, thinking they're going to get a discount. But I just want to tell you, every person that sells insurance, sells cars, and sells jewelry makes you think they're getting a discount. You're not.
Okay, I have no idea how that's related, but we'll get back to the game. It wasn't just Jared Goff performing well, but Tom Brady didn't look great. He kind of looked like the Tom Brady from primetime when they played the Saints. He was under pressure. He was throwing the ball inaccurately. He obviously had some interceptions that didn't look great. There were some drops in his defense. But, Jalen, what do you think about this Tom Brady that we saw last night?
Here's what I think, Jacoby. Once you get up there in age, you're not able to deliver the football down the field the way you used to. And Bruce Arians' system requires the quarterback to throw the ball a lot deeper than he was required to do when he was in New England. And also, they're one of the worst teams on third and long situations. Here's what I will ask Bruce Arians and Brian Leftwich. Can y'all turn around and hand the football off? You know, y'all still got Ronald Jones II. Still have him, right? They still got Leonard Fournette. That's what it's going to have to take, more balance. I know when you see the weapons, you're like, we got to get it to Evans. We got to get it to Godwin. We got to get it to Antonio Brown. And there are times when they were open and he couldn't get them the ball, Jacoby. He couldn't get them the ball. So I want to make sure that I'm giving credit to the Rams and their D, but I can't ignore the fact that when Tom Brady's throwing the ball down the field over 20 yards, he's been the worst person as a starting quarterback in the NFL to do so.
Interesting. Well, Jalen, do you remember the Sunday night game when Patrick Mahomes got the ball with under 2 minutes left and just took his team down the field? It felt inevitable. You knew it was going to happen. I had nothing but the confidence that he was going to do that. I used to feel that way about Tom Brady, but Tom Brady had the ball down 3 with under 2 minutes left.
No.
And I didn't have the same kind of confidence. And you didn't either. I know you were up watching that game. I was like, I wonder how this one's going to end, because you just don't know. It doesn't feel inevitable the way it used to with Tom Brady. Bruce Arians, once again, was critical of his Hall of Fame quarterback, saying, when guys are open, we got to hit them. We can't misread coverage. Jalen, did he just say Tom Brady can't read coverage? Did he just do that again?
Well, here's what happens, Jacoby. All of the success that he had in his GOAT career, none of it was in Tampa Bay. So when you get a chance to play with a new cast of characters, it becomes, what have you done for me lately? And trust me, we talked about that on this program. You see the kind of numbers that Keenan Allen is putting up with Justin Herbert as his quarterback? Well, that's what Godwin and Evans thought they were going to be doing. You know that, right? You know that that's what they thought. And plus, they felt that they were going to be playing on a contending team. Not throwing a lollipop to end the game to the defense, an uncontested interception. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a good football team, except when they're going against a contending football team. That's when they've struggled.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that story. There is another player playing with a new cast of characters, as you put it, and that is Montrezl Harrell, who has officially signed with the Lakers. When asked about whether or not the Clippers wanted him back, he said, apparently not if I'm on the other side, so it is what it is, really. Jalen, what do you think about him just coming out and saying that the Clippers didn't really want him back?
I'm going to keep it 1,000. He ruined some of his value by playing poorly in the playoffs. You're going to see a lot of people getting big deals this offseason. The reason why he didn't get a long-term deal is because he was the defensive liability that the Joker continued to take advantage of to the point where they had to take him out of the game. Of course, if the Clippers would have stepped up and signed him to a big deal, or Charlotte would have gave him a big deal, or any team in the league would have gave him a big deal, guess what? He would have signed with that team. He signed with the Lakers because they were offering a 2-year deal, an opportunity to win a championship, and he hopes to replay his value as somebody that won Sixth Man of the Year.
With the Lakers adding Trez, and they had Schroeder, and they had Matthews, Gasol, it really feels like they upgraded, they got better. And you remember last year before the season, we were talking about the Lakers and the Clippers being neck and neck. But when you look at what the Clippers did, it doesn't feel like they're keeping pace. Take a look at what they did, Jalen.
Well, it's not just the Clippers, it's the rest of the league, Jacoby. And you got to look at it from a standpoint almost like a real estate transaction. The Los Angeles Lakers are a storied brand and a franchise that over the history of their team, if you look at some of the all-time great players like Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, none of those guys were drafted by the Lakers. They went to Los Angeles because, number one, it's a terrific franchise, but also because they wanted to be in LA. It's just going to be more attractive than other places across the league. So for the Clippers, who plays in their building, eventually will get their own. They also had a really good offseason, Jacoby. They still have Kawhi and PG and Lou Will. Okay? They did a terrific job of adding Ty Lue as their head coach, re-signing Morris. The Clippers are the second best team in the Western Conference. It's just the Lakers are playing chess right now where everybody else is playing checkers, and LeBron James is doing a terrific job of making it unfair for everybody else to compete.
Well, two things. The one thing that the Lakers and the Clippers have in common is they both have players from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, Paul George with the Clippers, and now Dennis Schroeder with the Lakers. Jalen, when you look at all of the players that the Thunder have acquiesced, coached up, and then lost, what do you